Boys, the Dragon Rework update is almost here, and I have got an exclusive from the Dragon admin himself, Uzoth. Today, I'm going to be sharing new information with you guys, all of the leaks that I could find. I'm going to answer community-based questions that you guys have sent in, and then I'm also going to make sure that you are totally prepared to destroy the update when it comes out, because we are not just getting a Dragon Rework anymore. This update is going to be huge, and I think it's going to have a lot more than a dragon in it. Before I move on and talk about all of your questions and the update and everything like that, let's talk about the big thing that Uzoth gave me. I got a lot of information, but this one is the most important. I asked Uzoth whether or not the update would come out in summer, because that would be awesome. Basically, the American summer holidays are the best time for any game to update or release, and I asked him to just react to my Discord messages rather than tell me outright, and he reacted not only with a yes, Pepe, but a fire as well, which I think is a pretty clear indicator that I just rolled a legendary devil fruit. Okay, this has to be true. Everything I'm saying has to be true. The game has blessed me. Late May, which is right now, to early June is when summer break starts in the USA. And that is the best time to release an update. And Uzoth agrees with me. So I think that's when the update is coming. Let's move on to our first question, which is the Control Rework still coming? Control Rework, maybe Control Awakening. We're not 100% sure yet. Obviously, Blox Fruit has awakened in the anime, so they have more inspiration on what they can do. But I also have a little leak to show you guys that could be the Control. We had this retweeted by Indra. This could be some Control moves. It could be the particle effects for Control moves, but it could also be Kaido's mace. Obviously, in the anime, Kaido's mace is purple lightning. This is definitely blue lightning. There's a little bit of purple there, but I also have to remind you guys that there's fire in the background here, which is, you know, dragon-y, but also they're trying to get away from being exactly a one-to-one comparison with One Piece, which makes me think that Control will probably get an awakening, and I think that could be a preview of one of Control's awakenings, like stab attacks. Our next question is, how expensive will it be, and will it be stronger than Kitsune? Will it also be the rarest fruit, and will it change the odds to get Dragon? Will it be the strongest Blox Fruits created? Will it be worth the wait? And that's all. That is like, how many questions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 questions, bro. Come on. So there are rumors floating around right now. I wasn't able to totally confirm them, but I can't totally deny them. But the reason you cannot purchase Dragon right now is because the Dragon fruit will be becoming 5,000 Robux, which means it will be 1,000 more than the Kitsune, meaning it will move from this position to the bottom of the list. Assuming that they're increasing the price, then we have to assume that they will definitely be making it significantly stronger than it currently is. The Kitsune right now is not only really solid for PvP, but it can literally do anything in the game. You can level up with the Kitsune pretty efficiently. You can do raids and bosses and everything with Kitsune. And it might not be the best fruit for those things, but it will always be good for pretty much everything. I definitely think, after how cool Kitsune is, after how cool the T-Rex fruit is, and even how cool Mammoth is, I really think the Dragon Rework is going to be so worth the wait. People are going to forget instantly that they were upset about waiting, and they're just going to love the fruit. Our next question. What of the Dragon... I think it means what if the Dragon Rework have a mouse one like the T-Rex transform? It would keep like a poison and burn effect. What this person is referring to is that right now when you click your mouse with, or you tap if you're on an iPad or whatever, nothing happens. It doesn't have a mouse button attack, which is a little bit of a shame, because when you transform into a dragon, you've definitely got these big claws, which could definitely do some damage. So people are hoping that we're going to get a mouse button click ability, like how T-Rex has the swipe ability, but then when you transform, which I can't do, the mouse button click or the tap ability, it actually changes a little bit to reflect the transformation. And I think, honestly, after how successful the T-Rex and the Kitsune are, I could almost guarantee the dragon fruit will get a click attack. It almost has to. Every fruit should have a click attack at this point. Our next question is, what if the Dragon Rework had an extra move? And what if the Dragon Rework will have an awakening? Will it have a different transformation form? I think we definitely know that the transformation for the dragon will change. It looks all right, but it doesn't look very modern. We've had the same model for over a year now. As for the dragon having an extra move, we do have this screenshot that we can reference where we see that there's definitely two different fury meters over here. So it looks like there's a red fury meter, an orange fury meter, which could very well be a different version of how the tails work for the kitsune fruit, which would be very cool. And we can also see that Heatwave Cannon has remained. Infernal Pincer is a new name. Scorching Downfall is a new name. Imperial Evolution is definitely the transformation skill. And Draconic Soar is the flight because it's F. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 skills. If we look at the current skill set, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then our flight skill. So obviously, Draconic Claw and Fire Shower have got new names. Oh, and Heatwave Beam has a slightly different name, which makes me believe it could be an awakening, as when you awaken a fruit, it usually has a similar name, but it's slightly better. So Heatwave Beam becomes Heatwave Cannon. We don't know yet. You could also mean an extra skill as in a click skill, which it doesn't currently have, but I think it is going to get. But no, from what we can see, it doesn't look like there's an extra skill that we can confirm just yet, but obviously we can speculate. We also see the Dragon Heart down here, which a lot of people believe has something to do with awakening the Devil Fruit. I have my own theories we'll talk about after. Let's do the next question first. So if you've never used the Kitsune Fruit, you might not understand the next question, but so does the transformation have one rage meter or multiple like the Kitsune? And as we just saw, it looks like it's multiple. So how the Kitsune works is you can't transform when the bar reaches full the first time. You basically do damage, you get your second tail, and your run and your dash and your jump then change, but you're not ready to transform just yet. You've got to max out all of your bars to be able to transform. And it wouldn't surprise me if the dragon followed a similar theme, since the Kitsune fruit is kind of based on Kaido's daughter's fruit. So there would be a lot of similarities between their fruits, I think. So if we do manage to fill up our bar, of which it goes up when we do damage, it goes down when we use abilities, and then finally you can transform. And how long you stay transformed actually has to do with when you're using abilities, because if you attack and don't hit anything, then your bar goes back down, but you can keep it up by hitting things. And I really hope the dragon works the same way, because that's one of the things that makes Kitsune transformation so good. Again, for a quick reference, here is the Fury meter, and it definitely looks like there's two. Our next question is, how many people would use it, and what's the chance of people trading for it? So if you don't know, right now, when you roll a devil fruit, when you find a devil fruit out in the world, or complete the pirate raid, complete the factory raid, do anything that can give you a random devil fruit, you currently cannot roll the dragon fruit no matter what happens. It is locked. You also, no matter what you do, you cannot buy the dragon fruit, which means, yes, right now, people are trading like crazy to get a hold of a physical dragon fruit so they are ready when the update comes out. This is a weird situation where you can't prepare yourself by buying the permanent devil fruit. So people are paying high prices for it, because the question asks, will people use the dragon fruit? And I think the answer to that is, for the entire time that I have played Blox Fruits, if you make a YouTube video on the dragon fruit, you can usually get views, because it has always been the most popular fruit of all of them. Even now, people only care about the Dragon Rework, even though there's so much other stuff coming in the update. And if we go here to bloxfruitsvalues.com, we go to our mythical devil fruits and we scroll down, you'll see right now, the dragon fruit is still listed at 90 million value with a demand of 10 out of 10. Even though it is not good in comparison to the Kitsune, in comparison to the T-Rex, to the Doe, but it is significantly more expensive, and the demand is huge right now. It wouldn't surprise me if you struggled to trade a physical kitsune right now for a physical dragon fruit. The hype is just too great. Next question, will the Dragon's Rework transformation still be One Piece based? Because Blox Fruits is avoiding One Piece. It is getting difficult out here with the official One Piece collaboration coming to Roblox. I'm sure Blox Fruits wants to get away from looking too much like a One Piece game, but ultimately we're all One Piece fans and it is inspired by One Piece. And I think there'll be similarities, but the devs are also given a lot of freedom now to kind of do their own thing. Let's have a look at some screenshots of them doing their own thing. So here we can see the remade version. They say the King's Roar, but obviously this is Firestorm being reworked. There's a really, really solid chance that this is a remake of the Fire Shower skill, which you can see right here. It just looks like a better version, updated version of that. Next is really interesting because this looks like a large burning field with like fire in the air that's possibly gonna like rain down on your opponent. It also looks like there could be a dragon tail right there because that's definitely not the T-Rex tail. It looks very different. This skill is actually giving Cupid Zone vibes where you have the love raining down over you. Essentially the same thing, but you've got a dragon fruit instead. And of course, finally, we see this huge that they called the Eclipse. Now, this is One Piece inspired, but it's actually King in One Piece that does this, not the dragon fruit. So I think they're going to mix and match. They're going to take inspiration. And at the end of the day, you've just got to trust them to do really cool stuff. And our final question, is the rework even going to be worth the very long wait? And for that, I would like to reveal the final part of the information that Uzoth gave me. He goes by Nick on Discord, just by the way. So here's basically how the conversation went. I told him I was going to send him a bunch of questions and he could just react to them to give me the answer. So the big part is update much bigger than just a dragon rework at this point. And he wasn't coy. He didn't hold back. He just reacted with yes, which means we are getting a significantly bigger update than just the dragon rework. Of the things that I thought might be included, I thought map rework included, of which he responded with zipped lips. I thought the control stuff maybe. Zipped lips again. Then I asked about dropping in the USA summer times. He said yes and fire. Although I did say it would be nice. I didn't say if it was gonna happen, but I think this is confirmation. And then some unexpected fruits or fruit upgrades, of which he also couldn't say anything. He said a lot of deep questions. He's prevented from speaking about them, and he hopes that this helps. This helps a lot because I basically read this as yes, 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 and yes. Because he could have just said no, but he chose to say nothing. Which is what excites me greatly about the coming update. Because for me, yeah, the dragon's cool, but the GUI rework would be amazing to get ASAP. So we would get more GUI that looks like this rather than looks like this. Which, I mean, this works, but it's not this, right? I'm also very excited to see the second and first C hopefully get reworked. And because Indra posted this little picture, this picture of this guy and what appears to be some sort of bomb, I'm hoping that we're gonna get some fruit changes, maybe even some NPC attack changes. It's pretty hype, right? I could almost see this as these NPCs are confirming that we're in Port Town. This is some sort of bomb. So maybe they're finally gonna update the boss at Port Town that is using the old bomb fruit rather than the new bomb fruit. You know what I mean? That's a 10,000 IQ examination of the situation. I also didn't ask about the divine art, which is meant to be the antithesis to sanguine art. And I didn't ask about the dragon heart. So because the dragon heart is currently in their inventory, but the text isn't even fixed, I'm thinking maybe this is a testing placeholder thing. There's two possible outcomes for the heart. We could be looking at the newest version of the God's Chalice, which would be an item you can get. You can't keep if you log out, but maybe it spawns a dragon boss, and that could be somehow how you get to the divine arts. If you don't know what the divine arts are, probably should have mentioned it. It's this fighting style here that got leaked a very long time ago by Indra, and just nothing has happened with it yet. We're calling it the divine arts now. So it could be a God's Chalice-like item. in which case all you need to do is be max level to have your best bet at interacting with this part of the update. So part 1 of my tips, get as close to max level as you can, grind up money, grind up fragments. You're definitely going to need those things. The other option is they simply haven't coded it to go into your inventory just yet, and it's going to be something similar to the Leviathan heart. Since we already have a Leviathan raid boss, and let's be honest with ourselves, it would not be difficult for them to take this thing, recolor it, write some scripts for new attacks, put it in the sky surrounded by clouds instead of water, and we would have a dragon raid boss that is just a reskin of the Leviathan, and that would be absolutely sick. And in which case, maybe it would also drop a heart that you could use a new flying boat to bring down. Wait, I don't have a heart, do I? I don't even have any Leviathan hearts. So tip 2 is maybe have an extra Leviathan heart if you can, because you never know. Could be a raid boss coming, and maybe you need a Leviathan heart to upgrade to the dragon heart or something horrible. That would be horrible. Can you imagine the grind? But yes, perhaps it's a Leviathan heart that simply hasn't been programmed yet to go into the player's proper inventory, so it's just in their bottom bar inventory for testing, and so that they can tease us with it without giving too much away. So let's create a quick list. Trade for the dragon fruit. If you're rich, then you could level up its mastery. That would get you there. Get close to max level, grind money, grind fragments. Obviously, you're going to need those. Unlock sanguine art just in case it interacts with the divine arts. Get yourself a backup Leviathan heart just in case. You never know, you never know. And because the control rework might also be coming, or the control awakening, maybe get yourself a control fruit, at least a physical one. And you're going to want to grind up legendary devil fruits, because if they are, it will be an advanced raid, which requires a fruit worth more than 1 million belly in order to buy chips so that you can speedrun it to awaken the fruit. I don't think there's actually anything else that you need to do in order to be ready for the update. Max level being the biggest one. But if you do think of anything, let us know in the comment section down below. Let's all get prepared together, because it could literally be here like next week, could be a month from now, but it's probably not more than 2 or 3 months away max.